I gotta be honest, I love tea. I really do. And I know I'm a barista and everything, but I might like tea as much or more than I like coffee. But shh, don't tell anybody. Shh. Seriously though, since when did it become mutually exclusive that you have to either like tea or like coffee? They're both delicious, and they both have totally different cultural purposes. I know for myself, coffee is more of like I gotta wake up and get the work done, like a working drink. Like I woke up first thing in the morning, I gotta go to work drink, or I've gotta stay up late and I gotta work drink, or it's the middle of the afternoon and I've got a lot of work to do, work drink. Whereas tea is more of like a thinking drink, like a creative process drink. I gotta get a lot of like paper writing, or like I've gotta come up with a story or make a vlog, kind of a drink. Coffee is a working drink, and tea is a thinking drink. Please don't quote me on that. I've been drinking both tea and coffee for as long as I can remember, probably since I was like 10 or so. I've been drinking both tea and coffee for a long time, just making them in the house, whatever I had on hand. And over time my methods have gotten like more sophisticated, and I've gotten better at it, especially since I became a barista and started studying the art of tea and coffee brewing. I've legitimately just gotten more and more picky about how I want my tea made and how I want my coffee made and how I want to drink them. For example, I used to drink tea with like a ton of sugar in it. Coffee too, I just put tons of sugar in there, and milk as well. It's lots of milk and sugar. Nowadays I tend to prefer my coffee with only milk and my tea just black, just tea. Straight up, tea. For a long time, I just made my tea in the microwave, put the cup in there and heat up the water and go bzzz for like 2 minutes until the water's like almost boiling, and then throw that tea bag in there and wait a few minutes and then leave the tea bag in. That was me, leaving the tea bag in. Or worse, I would like squeeze the tea bag and squish it into the drink to make sure I don't waste the tea. Yeah, I did that. Live and learn. And eventually I got an electric kettle and I started boiling my water in that and then pouring the hot water over the tea bag in the mug, which is a far superior way to make tea than putting it in the microwave. And then somewhere along the line, somebody told me that squishing the tea bag is what releases a lot of the bitter flavors into the tea, so I stopped doing that entirely. But I've wanted a teapot for a long time, like an actual teapot. You might wonder why, it's just tea. Why do you need a teapot? The thing is, with the teapot, it actually seasons over time, so the more you use it, the tea flavor actually gets richer and more complex and more delicious. And also, during the brewing process, when the tea leaves are able to float freely around in the teapot, it allows for more of the flavor of the tea to be released without more bitterness being. Not to mention the aesthetic value of just using a teapot, which is like super nice. Because I'm all about doing aesthetics around here. See my last video. So any tea connoisseur knows that the Brown Betty is the king of all teapots, and everybody wants to make their tea in a genuine Brown Betty teapot from England. Except that there's only one place to get Brown Betties in my town, and they're a little bit expensive. So I've, been thinking about it and holding off, not buying it, and thinking about it. Well, today I was out shopping in an antique shop with my mom, and guess what I found? A teapot! Now, honestly, I don't have a clue if this is a genuine Brown Betty or not, but I'm going to be honest, it doesn't really matter. Because the tea that this pot has made today is absolutely delicious. Maybe it's the tea leaves floating loose. Maybe it's the seasoning, although this is my first time using it. Truth be told, it's probably just the aesthetic value. But look at this thing! It's gorgeous! Who wouldn't want to drink tea out of that? Even if you don't really want to drink caffeine, there's always herbal teas and decaffeinated tea. So I recommend you go get a cup of tea. And there's just something awesome about drinking tea out of a teapot. So for my question of the day, do you think drinking tea made in a teapot is better than drinking some made straight into a mug? And why? And if you don't drink tea, why not? I'm genuinely curious. Y'all have a great weekend, and may I hope to see you again as our stories live on. Also, whether you like tea or not, if you like this video, go ahead and click that subscribe button or maybe give it a thumbs up. We post a new video every week, sometimes a vlog and sometimes it's an original short, and you can share it with your friends. Y'all have a great weekend. Bye!